SHERPA Reclamation differs slightly from the other SHERPA models in that it is task-based. You are able to choose the operations that are specific to your tasks. We will start on the main screen where you can find a list of all your projects. For a new project, click Add Project and fill out your project details. Here you can choose the labor database to use. You may choose Davis-Bacon wages or the wages from CostMine's labor surveys in the USA or Canada. You can decide between imperial or metric for the unit of measurement. Hit Save. Once you've created your project, you can move from the project overview to the data page. In here you can set up your project parameters. If you selected Davis-Bacon in the previous screen, you'll have a number of states and then counties to use, and if you had selected the CostMine survey, you will be able to narrow it down by region in the US or Canada. You'll need to know a few things about your site. You need to know how far your site is from a facility where you can lease equipment if necessary, how far your site is from a dump for trash, and how far to a hazardous waste facility. Then you need to know how long it will take you to do the work and how much longer you will monitor it. Hit Save and move on to the Wages and Supplies screen. The labor and supply data comes from the labor database you chose. If you know that your labor costs are different, you may overwrite the provided costs. You will likely have an estimate of your supply costs, which you can input here. If you have made any changes, hit the Save button. Now we can move to the Task tab. The bar on the left shows the different operations that are available to you, including earthwork, site work, planting and seeding, closures, demolition, disposal, and monitoring. I'll pick one of these tasks to do. If we pick Load/Haul/Dump, we get to this screen. From here we name the task, then choose the piece of equipment we'd like to use for that task. When we have the piece of equipment selected, we then choose the size and then add it to the fleet. Then we choose the size dump truck for the task and add it to the fleet as well. We need to know what kind of material we are moving and the volume of that material. In this case, I've chosen a density of 2,000 pounds per cubic yard and a swell factor of 20%. The transport profile for this material is 100 feet at 0 gradient, followed by 2,000 feet at a plus 2% gradient. You can add up to 5 segments here. We'll have 50,000 cubic yards of material to move. Once you hit the Save button, SHERPA Reclamation will tell you the costs for equipment and crew. This is broken down into the number of hours needed for each piece of equipment and job title. You can change the hourly cost of the equipment here if you desire. The total cost for this task is at the top right-hand corner. Let's do one more task. Let's estimate the cost of seeding a 20-acre area. Name the task, then select the seed variety you'd like to use. In most cases, a site will have a project seed mix in mind, but we are going to choose alfalfa in this case. Choose the application method next. Include the area that we want to seed. If you hit Save here, SHERPA will estimate an application rate for you. You can overwrite those parameters if you desire. Again, our equipment and crew will show up here, and in this case, we also have supplies to include. Continue to add tasks to your project as you require. In the Reports tab on the left, the Summary report summarizes all of the equipment, crew, and supplies for all of the tasks. Mobilization costs and overhead costs are estimated here. The summary of all operations are on the left, as well as the total required bond value. The detailed report is a complete list of every assumption that we made to achieve this estimate. Thank you for watching this demo. Please feel free to contact us directly for a more thorough demo of SHERPA Reclamation.